No matter what conversation this dual income has taken, maybe it's in your relationship right now that you need to resolve it. Maybe it's becoming joint decisions, even if you're not working, joint decisions. And I've seen women who have gone and they're the ones who have constructed their family home. So I'm like, that's a player.
That's a player.
Or maybe you're a single person saying, I can still create dual sources of income. If you have children, what are you showing them?
Yes.
Because they do learn money from what they are seeing. You can talk, but they do learn money from what they are
and they've
seeing.
got to be able to see you have financial might.
Yes.
Welcome back to Mommy to Mommy Conversations, edifying conversations, sponsored proudly by Mommy's Rice, which you can find in any Chandarana in Nairobi. And the person joining me, let me see, friend, teacher, coach, since the last time you were here,
it's been
author, certified scuba diver.
Yes.
Hi, Waceke. I know, no pressure. And I felt, Waceke, in all the conversations we have as women, how to raise children, baby-friendly vaccinations, schools, homeschooling, we don't talk about money properly.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
And the one thing we're very bad about talking about is dual income. So I'm going straight to it, dual income. And I couldn't think of a better person or a better way to go into this than this. That if our marriages today and our relationships are to work, we've got to be true partners as women in every way.
Yeah.
And my disclaimer is this. I sometimes have a conversation with men who wish they could have that conversation with their woman, but they don't want to be seen as weak.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because the perception is, there are men who are literally buying showroom Range Rovers for their wives. Why not you? But that's the 1 percentile.
Yeah.
The rest of us, that's why it's called the 1 percentile, are not part of the 1 percentile. Your thoughts on dual income. I think it's important.
Yeah.
I think it's really important.
Yeah.
As part of the partnership,
Yeah.
as the ability to do more,
Yeah.
to be more,
Yeah.
but also because it's necessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what you think.
Let me just start with it's necessary part.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But thank you for having me back.
I needed to, author.
Let me just start with the necessary part, because sometimes I think we're living lives based on today, what we see today, what we can afford today, what is coming in today, the conversations we're having today. And we never take stock of saying, even the lives I'm living today, what will it take to sustain? And most people don't want to sustain, they want to expand it, yeah?
Yes.
What will it take to sustain and expand this life? Let's talk about people in a relationship or a marriage, yeah, that we have together. So just for example, if our life today costs 100,000 shillings
a month.
Yeah, a month.
Yes.
Yeah. In about 5 years, just do the inflation calculation, 5 to 8 years, it will cost you 400,000 for the exact same life.
Yes.
You've not changed anything. You've not changed your car, you've not changed your house, you've not changed your kids' school.
Disclaimer here, Centonomy 101, lesson number 2.
Time value of money. So it will cost you double, triple, the money you have now. So can one source of income build what is necessary for that life? Because when you've come together, if you're living alone, your expenses are alone. I eat alone. I've gotten rent for a place that can support me alone. Yeah.
Yes.
But when you're two people, it's and then we're 2 mouths to feed.
2 mouths to feed,
Yeah.
and then we add to that.
And then we add.
Yes.
When I was alone and used to go on holiday, it was me alone.
Yes.
But now everything is much cheaper when I have to say flights times 2 or whatever times
Flight
2.
On the minute they are 2 years old, they don't.
It was fine. Yeah. And what I find is young people, when they are dating, it looks good. Yeah. But you came to the restaurant too, then you all went back. Your other life of rent, I'm not involved.
Oh, yes.
So the guy gives this impression of, I've got it. Yeah. So the woman, I see this a lot because we have classes for young people as well.
Yes.
And then later when they get married, they're like, okay, you don't got it as much as I thought you got
it.
But I've become comfortable in this life.
Wow.
So just calculate.
It's necessary.
It's necessary. Sometimes the fact is, it is just necessary. And then also, and I see this with women a lot. Yes, we talk about our kids, we talk about our families, we go to and meet up with our friends, where we talk about this a lot. What about the things you want that will fall outside the main financial family goals of get a house, get a retirement plan, educate our children?
The things you want.
The things you want to do for yourself.
You know, my mother's the one who told me that.
Yeah.
She told me it doesn't matter what he has.
Yeah.
There's going to be stuff you want that he's going to also look at you like, seriously?
Yeah.
And you need to be able to go and get it.
Yeah.
And not with bile.
Yes.
Like, I buy $400 shoes.
Yes.
There are men who are like, excuse you?
Yeah. But it's your choice.
It's my choice.
And your resources.
Yes.
Yeah? So there are things you're going to want. And I want women to allow themselves to want.
And then get it.
Without affecting the family finances. So we're not saying default on your mortgage and then go off to an exotic holiday. No. But there could be things you want to do for yourself, with your girlfriends, that you don't want to be constantly asking for permission for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Yeah. And having access to your own money gives you that freedom. And then freedom to discover yourself from a different level. Who am I? What can I do? It could even be a course you want to take.
This is also true.
Yeah.
I know, we both went back to school.
Yes, we went back
and then you went and did scuba diving.
Yes.
That one clearly was not part of family financing.
It was not part of family financing. And it's even for the guys, they want to do stuff that's outside
that budget,
the budget of the family.
Yes.
So it's that freedom. But I think it also brings a dimension to a relationship when you're able to discuss things at a certain level. If one person is earning the money all the time, what has tended to happen, though I'll give you an example where it has happened differently, is there some conversations that are not going to be...
They're not going to be had.
They're not going to be had.
No.
Yeah? No. Because over time, someone has lost the context of money, where it comes from,
what we do with it. Can we actually have a discussion?
Or the realities.
Or
there's a financial problem.
Yes.
The man comes to the house and he doesn't feel free to discuss it because he feels that...
The dynamics.
The space. It's the dynamics. And it's not about how much. I want women to understand. It's not about that, he's bringing in 100,000 shillings per month and I only have 20. It's not about the amount. It's that you're bringing in something.
Yes.
You're bringing in
This is a partnership. Before it is anything else, it's a partnership.
It's a partnership. And along the way, what happens with the partnership is your 20,000 is the one that can become 2 million.
Yes.
Well, something happens, something could happen to him and he's not even able to work. So, but the fact that you started out and you're able to have a environment where you can openly discuss money, it does. So when everybody contributes in some way, it creates that environment.
The other thing that I know I asked you to talk about is when you do take time off as a woman, to not necessarily have to chip into the family finances, how it's done and for how long. Because I think I told you, I did say this to a young lady in the organization who wanted to leave her job, and I told her, I don't know how many people you've had this conversation with, me included. There's only one person you should make this decision with, and that's your husband. And I want you to ask him categorically and clearly, can he carry the family for the period of time you're saying you need out? Once you've had that conversation with him, come see me. And you know, I think she had never thought that in all the conversations she was having with everybody, that I'll tell her, everybody else is noise. Go and see him and ask him whether it's okay. Because if the two of you are on the same page on that one, it's fine. Yes, because it also means now he understands
what he has to do. What he has to do.
And not just when it comes to electricity and water and service charge, but the fact that you're going to say, babe, I'm going to do my hair.
and then how to set up those structures, yeah?
Because you need to.
You do need to set. Am I going to be, today I need 4,000 for my hair.
Yes.
Then tomorrow I need, so what is going to be the format?
Have you ever seen how guys kind of become cross-eyed when they hear what it costs to do nails, a pedicure and hair? They're like, what?
Yeah.
You're like,
and you don't want somebody judging your every decision about what you spent on nails versus it could have paid the electricity bill.
No, we don't want that.
You don't want
Yes.
that. And I like that because it has to be a joint decision. So this thing of I've woken up one day and by myself I've decided I'm done with working. Because I don't like my boss. Yeah, I'm done with working. It has to be a joint decision because dual income is about also a dual mindset around money.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So if it's a joint decision, it means even going forward, it will be structured in a way that you don't become a dependent.
You don't become part of children.
Yes.
Women, it's for women and children.
And yes, because I've met so many people who they did that, and then later they're doing exactly what we have to do. Someone's sense of pride or confidence is because I have to keep asking for every small thing, and when I ask, it's treated like
it's the end of the world.
It's the end of the world.
Yes.
Or some men have taken
advantage
to control.
Yes.
And we've met the women who now that was their situation.
That was the situation.
So if it's a joint decision, then you'll set up and say, so you're the one appearing at the job. You're representing us now at the job.
At the job.
But the income comes and it's ours. From that income, let's say it's 100,000. Just for ease.
Yeah.
25,000 is yours to do what you want to do with it.
True.
25,000 is mine to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And 50,000 is going into our joint savings, investing or survival. So that's how it is.
Yes.
And then, because the example I had is that's actually what they did, this couple I worked with. And then because the woman had some time on her hands, yes, you're raising the kids, but you have time to research the internet and do things that you might not have had while at work.
True.
She's the one who went out and hustled and looked for investments, dealt with the stockbrokers. She became the fund manager for the household.
Yes.
And in about 3-4 years, they had built a portfolio of 10 million because of her. See, then, even though she was not the one bringing in the income, we are partners.
We are partners.
The bonus that came in is ours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how.
What are you doing with our bonus?
What are you doing with our bonus?
bonus?
So this is our money.
Yes.
Because it'd be completely unfair if it was a joint decision, then one person controlled all the finances, which unfortunately is
what
case
happens
for a lot of women.
Yes.
But it's also unfair for you to make a single decision and expect a joint response. Yeah, so if you decided by yourself,
that's like, I don't like my boss
and I
don't like the new structure, I'm quitting.
Do you have a 6 months emergency fund to carry you while you figure out plan B? And how long are you quitting for? Is it forever?
Because is it a season?
Is it a season? If the season was 3 years to raise kids, is the season done?
Or as you get towards the end of that season, what's the plan?
What's the plan? Or have you gotten comfortable as well?
Hey,
in the season.
My mother also told me, ladies, look at me. Mwili usahau kazi. You know, sometimes if you don't work for a while, the very idea of re-engineering your brain into work is very hard.
So even if you do take time off work, what are you doing in that season?
Yes,
take care of the kids, absolutely.
Yes.
But what are you reading? Can you take a course?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you got a hustle?
Can you experiment on something so that when that season is over, it's actually prepared you
for your next
season.
There you go. Yes. I mean, I love that. You know, I was so nervous about this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very nervous.
Even I was, because I don't want to condemn.
Yes, but and then there's the reality. There you go.
And I think for any woman watching this is that, do you feel you and your husband have talked properly or gone through? And I like it when couples come for Centonomy 1-1.
So
because that's the first time they've dealt. They're like, this is how we're spending. Sometimes even the men don't know it takes that much, by the way,
to run the house.
I know. Yeah. So it's just coming to the point where are we completely aware of what it takes? And I would recommend to anyone in a a relationship, whether it's your husband, a partner, money has to be discussed frequently and have at least openly and in a structured manner. Sometimes have an annual money meeting to set out the strategy for the year, and then every month just touch base.
Yes.
Are we okay?
How are you doing?
Yes. Like especially during COVID, some people didn't have salaries for a while.
Yes.
I know so many men who couldn't go back home and say, I don't have a salary. We've met them in class. They're doing class in secret.
Yes.
But it has to be open.
But if you're watching this and you're like, okay, we love it. I'm cooking right now. Yes, I got your mummy rice, Caroline. But me single, what happens?
So if you are single, dual income is not just because of two people. Even if you are single, just understand you're a human being you are multidimensional.
Yes.
You can create dual sources of income.
Yes.
By yourself.
Yes.
So to get to your goals, most probably for most of you, if you do your calculations, it's not a single business or a single salary that is going to get you where you want to go. That's just the fact.
It's never going to be like that.
It's never going to be the fact. Because we're just saying for financial freedom, think retirement. That lifestyle I mentioned, you need assets generating 400,000 shillings per month. Yeah. So if you just be practical. You need go to your job or go to your business.
Yes.
What else can you do? Yeah.
What else can you? So even you as a single person need to have a dual income.
Yeah.
So you have your salary and
something else.
You can't always be saying that I'll have dual income when he comes along.
No, don't be. Your source of dual income cannot be
another person.
So when the other person comes along, it's cream on the top, bonus.
Yes.
And one of the characters I wrote about in my book Making Sense is Douglas.
Yes.
Who he came to St. Onome, learned about non-financial assets, and realized, yes, I have this communications job, but I also really, really good with communications. He started doing consultancy work for other people. He has his full-time job, and on weekends would do consultancy work. This led him to, and I have a chapter called How Douglas Made 10 Million Shillings in the book. This led to that. Then he went into farming as Douglas. As Douglas. He didn't even start a business, but just that, So a lot of women, especially women our age, I feel we don't take advantage of the experience we have had.
I know.
Women 40s and above, let me say this to you. You may even be feeling I'm retrenched and nothing, but you have an experience where maybe there's a board looking for that experience, and they'll pay you 30,000 shillings.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine. Yeah. And you're sitting there saying, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It looks like, yes, actually you're right. It is women our age.
Yes.
Because the 20-somethings and the 30s are all buzzing half the time. I mean, they're the ones selling shoes on IG, and makeup and what. Yeah. It is women in their 40s, 50s, who almost like a little sedentary. It's like, I don't know what to do next.
Yes.
I don't have those skills. Yet the very thing you were doing
has equipped you for the next step. You just have to open your eyes to see, where is this next step? It could be a startup business.
Yes.
That they can't afford someone like you full time, but they're like, come sit on our board. And we'll pay you X amount per month. And you're like, there. And don't neglect small amounts. I remember when I started writing in the newspaper, which was my first source for me as dual income. And I want business people to also hear this. I was running a business but created dual income. Because even your business alone sometimes cannot be enough.
Yes.
And I started writing articles in the newspaper. That's how it started. 10,000 bob paid my electricity bill. So don't neglect small amounts of money. And it's writing those articles that have led to a book.
Making sense. I wrote the forward incident.
Written by you. So
no, I had to.
So
But that is in there. If there's one thing curfew has given all of us and COVID has done for all of us, is that we all have cooked a lot more. So cook at home and experiment with this, and then
read.
And get an exercise book.
Read. Get an exercise book, because we've got a lot of
there's a lot of notes you take down.
And it's all in terms of stories.
Yes.
Women will relate to these stories.
Yes.
In the quest to create those sources of income, there's Faith, who like, okay, our house has been great. But it's time for us to do all this. And I think one other thing maybe we don't want to face is the uncomfortable decisions, because she left her house, nice upmarket house, and said, if we sell this house, we can do 100 other things. So when you're in this quest to create dual income, you've got to look at maybe you're sitting on the resources needed to create the dual
How many of you just felt that go right through? You're like, you're sitting on the resource. If you could just do away with whether or not you're going to tell people you live in Waceke,
the car,
yes.
They're just the way you shop. There's so many little nuggets. Yeah, I wish we had time to explore all of them.
Yes.
Topic for another day.
It is
that you look at, if I'm just willing to move out of what is comfortable and what people have identified me as and my status, actually I could do a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's that one I know is for another day. But I'll just leave you with
but you know, the beautiful thing is,
it
you can hear the cogs turning, and people are like, I had not thought about that. Yes, but I knew I could not finish my conversations. I call them mummy to mummy if I didn't go into that uncomfortable little space called dual income, and making sure you have money for the things you like to do, without feeling that I gotta, or even hide.
Yes, hiding that you bought.
Hiding that you bought it. And when you asked, I haven't seen that before. It's like, no, I've always had it. I know I'm speaking to someone.
And like what we were talking about, Caroline, it's also saying, especially if you have kids.
Yes.
What do you want? They learn from you.
They do.
They learn. So no matter what conversation this dual income has taken, maybe it's in your relationship right now that you need to resolve it. Maybe it's becoming joint decisions, even if you're not working, joint decisions. And I've seen women who have gone and they're the ones who have constructed their family home. So I'm like, that's a player.
That's a player.
Or maybe you're a single person saying, I can still create dual sources of income. If you have children, what are you showing them?
Yes.
Because they do learn money from what they are seeing. You can talk, but they do learn money from what they are
and they've
seeing.
got to be able to see you have financial might.
Yes.
They do.
Yes, they have.
Mom, you've heard me. They've got to. But also, and maybe, yes, you and I need to have this conversation, having skin in the game.
Yeah.
Gotta have skin in the game.
That's the right word.
You got to have skin in the game.
Yeah.
Yes. You've also got to stop over-rosing the relationship. Let's have skin in the game. Yes, we're partners. Real. Yes.
And don't try and keep up with what you are seeing other people do.
Don't.
Because nobody knows what's happening behind closed doors. Many women are showing up looking like everything is hunky-dory.
Yes.
But behind the scene, they're crying.
Yes.
Yeah. So just be real with what's going on with you and be in touch with that part of you that has wanted to do more for yourself.
Yeah.
Give yourself permission. Nobody is going to do it for you.
Actually, this is also very true.
Give yourself permission.
And one of the best ways to do that is have your own financial might. Thank you, Waceke.
Thank you, guys.
Let's have other conversations because I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yes, we have to.
And then ask her on her channel, tell you how she did scuba diving. I'm still very upset with you. See ya.
Thank you.